Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Kaspa Miniseries. I'm Alex. We are continuing our mission to compress the epic 7.5 hour The Bitcoin Takeover podcast into small, powerful highlight episodes.
And I'm Jamie. In our last episode, we gave the floor to the skeptics. We heard Vlad Kostia lay out the powerful, hard money criticisms against Kaspa, its messy launch, its lack of a long track record, and the immense challenge of competing with Bitcoin's credibility.
It was a crucial reality check, but a debate needs two sides. So today, for our final episode of the series, we're handing the mic back to Kaspa's founder. This is Responding to the Critics, and we're going to break down how Yonatan Sompolinsky answered the toughest questions and defended his project's vision.
This is where the rubber meets the road. Let's start with the most damaging critique, the fair launch FUD. Vlad brought up the Substack article, the second Genesis block, and the accusation that the early launch was a plotted scheme. Questioning, how does anyone come back from that?
By not running from it. Yonatan's response was a masterclass in turning a perceived weakness into a strength. He didn't deny the launch was chaotic. In fact, he called it horrendous compared to Bitcoin's perfect start. But then he reframed the entire event.
Curious. How so?
He argued that the chaotic, unplanned nature of the launch was the ultimate proof of its fairness. He said, "I was really against launching Kaspa almost. I did everything that I could to prevent the launch. Because he was so reluctant, the fact that the community embraced it proved it wasn't a top-down project. As he put it, it wasn't an attempt from a team or from my side to push a new token. Rather, it was a vote by the people, so to speak." That's a powerful counter-narrative. The messiness becomes a badge of honor, proof of its grassroots decentralized origin. But what about the technical accusations, the claims of stolen or lost coins?
He addressed those directly. He explained that no coins were ever lost from the ledger. The UTXO set remained intact and verifiable. The issue was with third-party block explorers not keeping a full history, which is a choice they are free to make. He also made a sharp point about the idea that the bug was a scheme to cheat.
What was his argument?
He said it would be an insult to our intelligence to think they would need such a clumsy public bug to cheat. He explained, "If we wanted to cheat, I guarantee you there are many, many other ways that you wouldn't think of. This would be the perfect, undetectable way for us to kick off other competitors." By being so public and messy, the event actually proved a lack of malicious intent.
Okay, so that's his defense on the launch. But what about the bigger philosophical critique? That Kaspa is just another altcoin trying to be a new Bitcoin.
This is where his response was brilliant, because he didn't fight the premise. He agreed with it, but from a different angle. He never once claimed Kaspa would replace Bitcoin as digital gold. Instead, he defined a completely different mission for Kaspa.
The money and finance vision we've talked about.
Exactly. He argued that Bitcoin has chosen its path to be a slow, ultra-secure, conservative store of value. He said, "Bitcoin's aspirations and value proposition are very valuable, and they don't require more than a slow 1 block per hour. It's a finished product, a monument."
And Kaspa is the laboratory next door.
Precisely. He isn't competing with Bitcoin. He's building for a different use case that Bitcoin's culture can't support. To explain the hostility from some Bitcoiners, he used his Michael Jordan analogy. He sees the OG Bitcoiners as MJ fans who witnessed something unique and pure. For them, any new player, no matter how skilled, will never be the GOAT.
He said, "It's still delusional to think that people that saw MJ would even fathom this idea that another could be the greatest. I'm neither insulted nor surprised. I'm kind of indifferent."
By framing it this way, he shows respect for their perspective while carving out a separate, legitimate space for Kaspa. He's not trying to tear down Michael Jordan's statue. He's building a whole new arena for a different sport.
That's a very diplomatic and insightful way to handle that critique. But it still leaves the technical security questions on the table. How did he respond to the idea that Kaspa's complexity and speed make it inherently less secure than Bitcoin?
He didn't dismiss it. He acknowledged the concern, especially the point about complex systems being more brittle. But he argued that this complexity is a deliberate and necessary trade-off for usability and performance. His team is consciously taking on a greater engineering challenge to build a more useful system. He said, "We are giving away our tranquility and we're willing to work harder to make the protocols, to audit the protocols, and make sure we're doing things correctly."
So it's not recklessness. It's a calculated risk with a commitment to doing the hard work to manage it.
Yes, and he believes the payoff is immense. He argued that from a pure consensus security perspective, Kaspa is actually more robust in some ways. For example, the block DAG structure makes selfish mining attacks almost pointless, and the future DAG-Knight upgrade is designed to be resilient to catastrophic network failures that would break Bitcoin's security assumptions.
So his counter-argument is that while the implementation is more complex, the underlying protocol is designed to be even more resilient in certain scenarios.
Exactly. And that's the final piece of his response. He's not arguing that Kaspa is a better Bitcoin. He's arguing that it's a different tool, built for a different purpose, with a different set of trade-offs that he believes are the right ones for building the future of decentralized finance.
To sum it all up, when faced with criticism about Kaspa's messy launch, Yonatan reframes it as proof of its decentralized grassroots beginning.
When accused of being just another Bitcoin competitor, he defines a completely separate mission for Kaspa: to unite money and finance, while showing deep respect for Bitcoin's role as digital gold.
And when challenged on the security risks of complexity and speed, he acknowledges the trade-offs, but argues that they are a conscious choice made to build a more capable and ultimately more resilient system.
It's a powerful and coherent defense, not of a Bitcoin killer, but of a legitimate, research-led innovation with its own unique vision for the future of crypto.
And with that, we conclude our Kaspa mini-series. What an incredible journey it's been, from the tech to the founder to the fierce debates. We hope this breakdown has given you a comprehensive, balanced view of one of the most exciting projects in crypto. Thanks for listening.